Hi everyone.
Hi again everyone, it's me Jess
And me Warwick.
and we've got another video for you today with Independent Arts. Today we've got a little historic walk, a little heritage trail
Through Ryde Cemetery.
Yeah, we're going to introduce you to Ryde Cemetery, tell you a little bit about the history of it and find some famous people buried here. Ready?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Built in 1841, Ryde Cemetery contains more than 20,000 graves and vaults.
The oldest graves are in the southeast corner of the cemetery, on land given by George Player in 1840. This is referred to as the Old Parish Cemetery.
At this time of year, there are lots of beautiful primroses about the graveyard.
You can see some beautiful daffodils over there too. We can hear the birds singing as well. An extension towards the north and the west was made from 1860. The central driveway was installed about this time, and it was also now that the two central chapels and the cemetery lodge were built. This extension, where we're looking here, is known as the Old Cemetery. In 1881 and 1882, a further extension to the west took the boundary of the cemetery all the way to Pelhurst Road. Now this part is known as the New Cemetery. If we walk through from West Street, through the North and South Chapel and along the Centre Road, on our left in the Old Cemetery we'll come to this memorial for Mary Catherine Barry. Known professionally as Madame Maud Santley, she was a famous operatic and concert singer. One of her greatest successes was at the English festival performance of Wagner's The Ring, where she sung in German and Italian with Caruso and Tetrazzini. Educated at West Wing School, her colourful singing career began when, as a girl of 16 and the eldest daughter of the late Mr. George Stainer, dairy farmer of Ryde, she sang the contralto roles in Handel's Elijah with the Ryde Choral Society, now known as the Ryde Philharmonic Society. Later she studied in London, Paris and Belgium under the greatest singing masters of the day, one of whom, Signor Odardo Barry, she married in 1900. He was the composer of the famous martial ballad, The Old Brigade. She was also invited to appear at the opening of the London Palladium to sing God Save the King. There's lots more fabulous memorials and graves in Ryde Cemetery, including this one, in memory of George Douglas Harris, Esquire, a late captain in Her Majesty's 19th Regiment and major in the Reserve Force, and a barrister of law who died on the 4th of January 18-something. This imposing marble tomb is in beloved memory of Mr. Michael Maybrick, who was a songwriter who composed songs under the name of Stephen Adams. He was elected Mayor of Ryde in 1900, going on to serve a further 4 terms of office until 1911. His most famous composition, under the name of Stephen Adams, is The Holy City, and it's possibly one of the most popular religious songs of all time. we walk down to the roundabout and take a left, we're now fully into the new cemetery part of Ryde Cemetery. And taking a walk along here, we're going to come to the memorial of another well-known person. Right, this grave has recently, well not too long ago, been restored and is looking a lot nicer now. General Sir Sam Brown was a cavalry officer in the British Indian Army, and he was the recipient of the Victoria Cross for his brave actions at Sirpura, India on the 31st of August 1855, where his left arm was severed at the shoulder. He's best known as the namesake of the Sam Brown belt. Sometime after losing his arm in India, he began to wear this accoutrement, which bears his name, as compensation for the difficulty his disability caused with wearing an officer's sword. A Sam Brown belt is a wide belt, usually leather, supported by a narrower strap passing diagonally over the right shoulder. The diagonal strap stabilises the scabbard of a sword if worn. Later, such a belt would be adopted by other officers who knew Brown in India, but it was not to become used commonly by the British Army until after his retirement. Brown's original Sam Brown belt is possessed presently by the National Army Museum in Chelsea, where you can also see his Victoria Cross medal. If we walk to the side of the North and South Chapel, along here, hopefully we're going to find the gravesite of another war hero of the past. Let's see if we can find it. And here it is. Here we have the grave of Robert Milligan. Captain Robert Milligan served in the 11th Light Dragoons, and he was gravely injured at the Battle of Waterloo. However, he did survive, and he went on to become a captain in the 2nd Life Guards. And he's buried here with his family. See his sister Mary there on that side. Robert Milligan died on the 21st of December 1875. Thank you so much for joining me on my walk today through Ryde Cemetery. There's so many more fascinating stories waiting to be discovered and told here, but I hope that you enjoyed just the short introduction that I've given you today to some of those stories. I said, shame I didn't film this video yesterday when the sun was out and the sky was lovely bright blue. But it's been a nice walk. We've had the bird song and some beautiful flowers and some interesting history too. Huge thanks and credit to Ryde Social Heritage Group for much of the information in this video. They've catalogued thousands of graves and have a wealth of information available online for all those who are interested. Their grave search function and their cemetery maps have proved invaluable to my research and are available on their website. See you again soon for another video. Bye!